Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are kind of doing part 2 of my lipstick collection. So we're going to be doing bullet lipsticks again today, but as the last collection video that should already be up by now was MAC only, like just my bullets though, like not all my liquid lipsticks by MAC. That'll be another video. But since all my MAC lipsticks have already been shown and swatched, today is going to be basically every other brand. And then I've also got some lip liners that I'm going to just throw in here because I don't have a ton of bullet lipsticks from other brands, to be honest. But I forgot to include lip liners in the last video, so we are going to get started. All right, to start off, I actually found a MAC lipstick that I totally forgot existed just because it is in the square packaging, so it was being stored in a different place. So I'll just show you that really quickly. This particular lipstick came out in the Zac Posen collection. It is a matte lipstick in the shade Dangerously Red. It's sort of like a pinky kind of a red. It's not quite either a red or a pink either way. So that is the only one I forgot in the last video, so I'm just showing it to you now really quickly. Next up, I have a ton of one-off crayon type products. I don't use these a ton. I don't have very many of them, but I did want to show you guys the ones that I do have. So this first one that I have is an e.l.f. one. This is a matte lip color in the shade Tea Rose. This came in like a set that I got. It was a rose gold set, so it just kind of is one of these really soft crayons. It's very comfortable, very lightweight, a lot of pigmentation. I actually do really like this. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, so I don't know if I would call it completely matte, but it's definitely not glossy. Next up, I have this beautiful color gloss stick. This is by Elizabeth Arden, so this one is quite a bit more glossy. I just took a huge chunk of it out on my hand, so I'll just show you it there. So it's beautiful color payoff. It looks like crap now because I did that. Honestly, I'm pretty sure, like this, it's seen better days. A lot of times when I get rid of makeup that I declutter, I let Megan have first dibs of it. And I think this was one she was actually thinking of getting rid of. And I just really liked the color. I liked the formula a lot. I think it's absolutely beautiful, very comfortable. So we almost swapped in that manner, but that's where this comes from. I'm just gonna wipe off the excess. Next up, I have this Buxom one. This is one of their full-on lipsticks in the shade Sydney. I got this at like Winners or something like that. So it's just one of, much like that e.l.f. one, it just kind of screws up. And this, like a lot of other Buxom products, does have that sort of minty tingle to it. It's just an absolutely stunning color, and again, a very comfortable formula. This one is from Lord & Berry. This is in the shade Maximatte, or no, it's a Maximatte in the shade Spicy. I really like this color. It's very natural. It's just a little bit deeper than that other one. It is a matte. Again, very comfortable. I do really like lip crayons. I don't know why I don't wear them more. Because they're very comfortable. They're very easy to put on because they are already like pre-sharpened. It's like a crayon, or it's like a lipstick and a liner in one. I should really wear them more. And this last one is from Bite Beauty. This is in the shade Glace, I'm guessing is the shade name. Again, kind of much like the e.l.f. one, it is a matte and it's just a little bit darker. Again, a really nice formula. Next up, I have a bunch of sort of one-off brands. These are brands that I only have really 1 or 2 lipsticks of each kind that maybe I was buying for a particular color or a particular reason, not just because I loved the formula. So we're going to go through these next. So this first one here I have is a Covergirl cream lipstick. This is in the shade Spellbound. Honestly, a lot of the reason that I picked this particular color up was when I was doing my MAC dupes. This was said to be one of them. Obviously, I've had to slow down on that video because I can't go out and swatch a ton of lipsticks right now. But when everything calms down, who knows how long that'll be, I will be revisiting this video. So this I just have, I haven't really worn it to be honest, but it looks very comfortable, very pigmented, and definitely an affordable price. Next one I have is this Maybelline matte lipstick. This is in Touch of Spice. I have worn this. This is a dupe for another MAC lipstick. I can't totally remember the colors, but I really like this formula. It's very comfortable. It's not a drying matte. Again, very pigmented and a good price. All of the drugstore ones I'm showing you are really good alternatives to like high-end ones if you don't want to spend the money on a high-end one. Next one I have is a NYX Butter Lipstick. This came out in like an Ipsy or a top box. This is in the shade Lifeguard. I don't even think you can get this shade regularly. I love these lipsticks. They are so buttery, so pigmented, so moisturizing on the lips. They're so nice. I used to have a couple more shades that I've gotten rid of, but I definitely want to pick up a few more because I just love that formula. I have this one Rimmel Kate lipstick. This is in the shade 48. This is a dupe for, I believe, Mac Whirl. I'd have to get it out to know for sure, but again, really nice lipstick. I have two of these Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. Again, I bought these as dupes. So one is in Fuschia Fusion. It's like this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, kind of similar to that Covergirl one, bright, bright pink. And then I also got one in the shade Primrose, which is like a lustrous baby pink. I have this one Wet n Wild lipstick. This is in the shade Java. I'm pretty sure Mickey sent these to me. I have decluttered the other ones over time, but this one, I love the color. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, this formula is amazing. The one thing that annoys me is the packaging because the lid has this like slanted, feature to it. So you have to get it on exactly right. And it just is a pain in my butt. I have this mini Burberry lipstick. This came out in like a little kit. This is in the shade Russet. I love that they imprint their like signature plaid. Is that what that's called? Tartan, whatever. So this is kind of like a, sheer wash of red. It's definitely not, even next to that butter lipstick, it's not super pigmented, and Burberry's not a cheap brand. Honestly, if I hadn't gotten this in that kit, would I have bought this on its own? Probably not. But it is nice, and it is very, very moisturizing, and just for a light wash of color, it is very, very nice. I have this one Marc Jacobs one. This is in the shade Mayday. It came out in the New Nudes collection. Again, I bought this at like Winners or something like that. I'm not a big fan of the shape. It's kind of like a rounded bullet rather than a sharp one. But it's a really, really pretty color. It's like a really deep wine sort of a color. These are super expensive if you're buying them full price. Do I think they're worth it full price? Honestly, no. But if you can find them, I think that one cost me like $12 or something like that. If you can find them in that kind of a range, I would think that they're definitely worth it. I have a one Colorpop lipstick left in this kind of style. This is one of their Luxe lipsticks. This came out in the Designer Princess collection. I used to bitch about Colourpop quite a bit. I've kind of come down off of that. I still don't have a ton of the brand because when I was angry at them, I got rid of a ton of stuff, and I don't know if I'm really ready to repurchase, but I have kept this one because I really like the color. This is in the shade Tiana, and these are a really nice formula. They're super pigmented. They're a very comfortable matte. You're going to hear me say that a lot because for me, mattes only really get uncomfortable when they're in liquid form just because of the way they dry down, but it is a really, really beautiful, deep, deep red. My hand is already completely stained. That's why I'm only really filming one of these videos a day now. So I have another, have I said L'Oreal yet? No, I don't think I have. So I have a L'Oreal lipstick. This is in the shade Tropical Coral. Again, I picked this up as a dupe to one of my MAC lipsticks. Honestly, I don't know. This is more pinky to me than really coral. Like it's more of like a watermelon pink. It does have a ton of luster to it. These are the Color Riche line. Really, really beautiful. Tons of saturation in that color. I actually haven't tried this yet, but I should because I really like that finish. It's very glossy without being overly glossy. I have a Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick. This is in the shade Safeword. Again, I'm pretty sure this is a dupe for some kind of a matte color. These are really nice. I have had these before. Oh, there we go. They have a ton of pigmentation. They can be a little drying once they dry down. I do find they do tug a little bit. They crack kind of easily. I think that's why I got rid of them. But they do make really beautiful colors and they are very pigmented. So as long as you like moisturize your lips pretty well before you put them on, they can be really, really good. Speaking of moisturizing lipsticks, this one is one of my favorites. This is one of these Clinique Pop Color. I think they're a primer and a lip color. This one is in the shade Blushing Pop. I absolutely love these lipsticks. They are, I keep thinking that this is a lipstick and I'm like, what is that? But it's just a stain. They are so comfortable. They're not as pigmented, but that's because they do have the primer in them, and they go on more like a balm than anything else. Like, that's still a ton of pigmentation for a kind of balmy lipstick. They are so comfortable, so moisturizing, so hydrating. I really, really like those. I have a Bobbi Brown Luxe Matte Lip Color. This is in the shade Semi Naked. This is like the most perfect pink nude. Like, I'm just obsessed with that color. It's actually quite similar to that Smashbox one now that I look at it. I'm just obsessed with it. It's like full-on color, full-on pigmentation, one swipe kind of lipstick. Again, definitely a little bit drying, but I can look past that. And honestly, a lot of matte lipsticks are kind of drying, so you sort of have to expect that. I've also got this Bare Minerals Hydra Smoothing Lipstick. This is in the shade Grace. These are actually fairly new. I found out. I didn't really know I was looking for a ton of new lipsticks to try out, and I just happened to see this one in the store and really liked the color. But these are really nice. They are super pigmented, super moisturizing, kind of remind me a little bit of that Colourpop one. No, not Colourpop, the Clinique one, sorry. I absolutely love this. Before I forget, I do have 2 Colourpop lippy sticks left. These were my favorite Colourpop formula before I started hating on the brand. These 2 actually came out in that Christmas collection that made me start disliking it, just purely not because of product. Colourpop makes great products at a really affordable price. It was just a shipping issue that I found the customer service for the company was extremely lacking, and it was not the first time that I had heard of incidents with that, so it really annoyed me. So these are in the colors At Twilight and Sky Walking. One is a cream, one is a matte. I'm not going to swatch them because they don't even make these anymore, but I do have those. I have 2 of these Huda Beauty, I think these are called Power Matte Bullets. I have them in the shade Girls Trip and also Wedding Day. I spoke about these really recently in a video where I was like kind of a last ditch effort video. Honestly, I don't really like these lipsticks. I love the packaging. I love the colors. They are super, super pigmented. They are just absolutely gorgeous. I just find that they are extremely drying, like really on the dry side. They are very uncomfortable. They crack like crazy. I'm just not a big fan of the formula of these, which is too bad because the colors are gorgeous. I have 4 of these Too Faced, I think these are just called like peach, sweet peach, something or other. Whatever, these peach perfect lipsticks that have like a hydration effect to them. So I have 4 left. 2 came out in like way back when. 2 are pretty old, the Peach Beach and Sunday Funday, and you can just tell because they're in older packaging. This is the newer packaging, and these are in the shade Bridezilla and Disrobed. I also think I used to have Sex on the Peach, but I have since decluttered that one, but I do still have these 4, so I will show you these because they do still make these. These are beautiful lipsticks. The one thing you kind of have to, that I know people complain about, is the smell. They do have a kind of peachy, sorry, that first one was Disrobed. This one is Peach Beach. They have a kind of peachy smell to them. It's not, for me, it's not overwhelming, but I know that some people really don't. This is Sunday Funday, really don't like the smell, but they are a beautiful formula, beautiful colors. Honestly, it doesn't bother me, but like I said, it does bother a lot of people. This last one's in Bridezilla. I like it because they're all like, there's nothing too crazy, at least that I've seen and that I have. They're all more in that peachy family because they came out in that collection. Now they might have like really nice reds and purples and stuff like that, but I know the initial wave was like peachy colors and nude colors. Next up, we're going to talk about my Urban Decay Vice lipsticks. These were, for a really long time, a close second to my MAC lipsticks. They have been overshadowed by another brand, but I still really, really like these. So they come in tons of different finishes in so many colors. They are just gorgeous. Now this one here was a limited edition one. This is in the shade Nonsense. It is a comfort matte, and oh my goodness, their mattes, the comfort mattes are so comfortable. They give you that matte look that you're looking for, but at the same time, they're just very comfortable. They're not drying. Oh, I love them. I have also got another comfort matte. This is in Bad Blood. It's just like this gorgeous, gorgeous red. So, so stunning. I used to have a lot more of these and I decluttered them mainly because I realized I wasn't a big fan of the like luster versions. I found that they were very, or their sheer versions, whatever they called them, they were very sheer. They're more like toppers and I had no use for them. This is in Safeword. That's funny. I think I have 2 lipsticks in the shade Safeword, just different brands. I think that was one of my first ones. It's a beautiful nude. I've also got the shade Unicorn. It's like a really, really nice peachy pink. So those were all Comfort Mattes. I also have 2 in the cream formula. So I have the shades Wired. It's like a really vibrant coral. And Liar is another really pretty nude, just in a different formula. I've also got a handful of the XO Beauty lipsticks. I used to have all of the colors that came out because I did one big purchase. I have since decluttered some because I honestly don't reach for them a ton. I believe they are all, oh no they're not. So there's a mixture of creams and mattes. I would say I have more mattes. So we will go through those very, very quickly. These are absolutely gorgeous colors, beautiful pigmentation. The packaging looks really nice and honestly it's very lightweight, so it does feel like, I don't know if I would say cheapy because it doesn't. Like they really do click in very, very nicely. It's just funny because you take like this sort of a lipstick and maybe one of the Pat McGrath ones and the weighting is just insane how different it is. Not that that's a bad thing. So this first cream is in the shade Mariki. Sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these wrong, by the way. It's a really vibrant, vibrant pink. I've got the shade Rescue Me. I'm pretty sure the proceeds from these went to like some kind of animal charity shelter sort of thing. There's a little paw print actually on the bottom of this one that there isn't on any of the other ones. I don't know if you guys can see that there. And then this one is Ubuntu. It's like a beautiful, beautiful nude. It's kind of got like a white sort of an undertone to it. It's very, very sheer, very, very light. I like that. The other 5 that I have are matte. So this first one is in Kairos. Again, it's another really, really nice pink. Philocali is one of my favorite shades. It's really, really nice, like nudie kind of pink. I've got Dolce Vita. It's a beautiful, beautiful red. Retamancy, which is another pink. It's more of like a rose pink. And the last one I have is Limerence. It's like a bright orange kind of red. So like I said, there were other shades that I had at one point that I have decluttered. I do really like these lipsticks. I think the pigmentation is beautiful. The formula is very, very comfortable. They're very, very light wearing. What I will say is this, the shipping and the duty charges on this, like, cost an awful lot of money considering how much the products already were. And the company, like the website does say that they're not going to take responsibility for duty and custom charges, but it's just something to be aware of that because they ship from New Zealand, if you live in Canada or the US, you're going to be paying a small fortune just to get them into your country. So I've got 2 more brands. The first ones we're going to talk about are my Pat McGrath lipsticks. I've talked about these pretty recently. I have 2 types. I have their Blitz Trance lipsticks, which are in the sparkly packaging, and then I've got a small handful of their Matte Trance lipsticks. A lot of them are in mini sizes. You can actually get 3 of the minis for $33, or I think 1 of the full sizes for $52. And honestly, a lot of their more popular shades are in the minis, which is why I only have them in minis. Just something to be aware of if you really do want to try these. This might be the more affordable way to go, especially if you're like me and like the chance that I'm actually ever going to use a full bullet, like full size bullet, is slim to none. So we'll go over these quickly. So this one full size one I have is in, I believe, Wild Orchid, Deep Orchid. I always call it Wild Orchid. It's this gorgeous, gorgeous purple. Now these are stunning. I'm going to show you guys the texture pretty close up if I can. They've got kind of like a powdery looking texture, like velvet or velour. I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, but they are like as dry as they look. They're actually quite comfortable to put on. Like they're very pigmented, very comfortable on the lips. They're definitely matte, but they're not a super drying formula. This is the shade 1995. It has a bad tip because it fell out. This is Omi. Just a little lighter than that last one. This is in the shade Alson. It's like a really nice red. I'm hoping you guys can see how creamy these are. Christy is probably my favorite shade. Beautiful, beautiful pink. Pinky nude. I've got Fever Dream. It's kind of like a terracotta red to an orange. This is Flesh 3. I actually have 2 of these. One came out in the colorful packaging and one in the black packaging, which is why I'm only showing you one. Got Beautiful Stranger. It's another really nice nude. A lot of the ones I have are nudes. That's just because that's what I wear the most. And then this one is Guinevere, which is another red. I'll put it over here. Just a darker red, just so you can see. Again, these are super expensive, but they are so, so comfortable. And so pigmented. Like I said, I do think it's more worth your money if you get a bunch of the small ones, because then you get to try a bunch of colors. In theory, you could get 6 of these for slightly more than you would pay for 2 full-size ones. Now I also have the Blitz Trance. So these ones are a more shimmery formula. So I think they came out with 5 colors and I have 3. So this one's called Skin Sane. So this one doesn't have shimmer in it, but it's like a creamy kind of formula. I've got makeup remover kind of stuck on my hand. So this one is like that. It's more of like a glossy, creamy formula. This is Skin Flicks. I love the packaging of these, by the way. These are almost identical. And I believe this one is Lady Stardust. It's like a really light pink. Alright, I didn't realize it, but I had forgot to hit the record button. Thankfully, you only missed 2. So we're talking about my Nars lipsticks now. I have 2 in their regular formula. So I have the shade Tolede or Tolede, which is this top one, and also the shade Honolulu Honey, which is very unique to my collection. I don't have very many nudes like that. I do like this formula. It's very comfortable. It's very pigmented. They have a lot of beautiful colors, but my favorite Nars formula, and the ones that are now like my second favorite lipsticks, maybe even my favorite lipsticks, are the Audacious ones. So I've got 9 of these. I have 6 from in the regular packaging, and I have 3 in the Christmas packaging. Now, even though these ones are in limited edition packaging, I'm pretty sure that they can, like, you can get them all the time. They just put out special packaging for Christmas time. These lipsticks are crazy pigmented. They are so comfortable, so creamy, so, oh, I just can't get over them. I love them so, so much. So I'll go over these 3 first. So I have the colors Barbara, which is like this gorgeous, gorgeous neutral. I love this packaging, by the way. I wish they all came in this kind of packaging. Absolutely stunning. Carmen is like a bright, bright red. Mona is kind of more a muted red. Anita is another nude. Little deeper than this one. Raquel is my favorite of all of them. This one has seen the most love. It is gorgeous. Again, very similar to this one up here. I also love the packaging on these. It's so weighty, and there is a magnet in the lid, so like these only go on 2 ways. They have to be like lined up north-south, do you know what I mean, with like the magnets. So this is in the shade Janet. I was actually able to get this one at like Winners or something like that. It is this super bright purpley pink. Now these are expensive. They're in the $40 range. So if you can find them at Winners or a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx, that's always worth it. This is in the shade Lana, which is another beautiful, beautiful orangey kind of red. I have the shade Anna. And lastly, we have Rita. So those are my 9 Nars Audacious lipsticks. These are these are my favorite formula. maybe ever, even over my MAC ones. They are so expensive, but honestly, I just adore these. I think that they are so fantastic. And as expensive as they are, I really do think that they are worth the money because, you know, if you find a lipstick formula that you love, which is why I have so many and so many colors, why not get a bunch of them? I know they're expensive, and I know for some people, like you know, you try and be, and as I am now, try and be practical about makeup purchases, but like I said, I'm pretty sure I got one, if not two of these at a discounted price at like a Winners or a Marshalls or something like that. So just keep an eye out if you see them. I definitely urge you guys to buy them. So the last thing I've got a ton of that I'm going to talk about in this video are lip liners. I really only have 4 or 5 brands. Majority of them are MAC. I've got some ShanXO ones or XO Beauty ones, some Kylie ones that came out in lip kits. I've got a Smashbox one, a couple of Rimmel ones, just some random here or there ones that I was trying out. So we're going to separate them by formula, swatch them all for you, and then I'm going to wrap up this video. Alright, so first up, I do have a small handful of these like self-sharpening ones, the ones that like retract. Most of mine are ones that you have to sharpen yourself, but I do have some of these. So the first one I have is this Smashbox one. This one is in the shade Nude Fair. These ones screw on like this. The sharpener is in the lid, so you really always do get like a perfect point. I do like this. It's not my favorite. I'm not really a big fan of these kind of lip liners, but it is a stunning, stunning color. I have 2 of the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liners. I actually do prefer these ones over the Smashbox one. They are supposed to be a dupe. So this first one is in the shade East End Snob, and then I've also got Innocent. So these ones have a different tip to them. They are not self-sharpening. They've got like a flat tip, but for me that really works nicely because when I use a lip liner, I do like to fill my lip in entirely. So having the fatter edge on it really just makes it quite a bit easier to fill your lips in faster. And the last one I have is actually one I haven't really used a ton yet. This is a Becca Ultimate Lip Definer crayon. So there's a sharpener and like a smudger at one end, and then it is again retractable. It's this beautiful, beautiful red. Really, really pretty. Is it a staple red in my collection? No. I have a ton of red liners, but I am trying this out. I just got it in a BoxyCharm. I have 5 Urban Decay 24/7 lip liners. I love the Urban Decay eyeliners. These ones are also fantastic. These ones I had to kind of go with very specific shades. I wonder if I lost my Blackmail, because I swear I used to have another one in Blackmail, but maybe I got rid of it. So this is the nice thing about these is that they do make pencils to go exactly with the Vice shade. So this is the shade Blackmail. It's like a really, really pretty dark purpley red. This is Unicorn, so it goes with that lipstick I already showed you guys. Peyote goes really, really nice with a couple of their nudes. Really pretty. These glide on like butter. They're so, so nice. This is the shade Liar. Again, it goes with one that I have. As does this one, which is in the shade Bad Blood. Super, super nice red. I have 11 of the XO Beauty pencils. I honestly don't remember if there were more shades than this at one point and like I decluttered them or if I lost one, because I thought they came with 12 originally, but I can't seem to find the one that I'm missing. And I think that that one was like this really beautiful, beautiful bright red. I don't know if I got rid of it because I have so many reds. I don't really know. But the nice thing about these is if you do buy her lipsticks, these were made to go very, very closely hand in hand with her lipsticks, and they're all named after friends of hers. So we're going to swatch through these quick. So this first one is Michaela. This next one is her namesake color. So this is Shannon. It's like this gorgeous, gorgeous hot pink. These actually go really, really beautifully with some of her liquid lipsticks as well that you guys are going to see in a future video. We've got Ainsley. It's like an orangey red. A lot of the reason I have kept these is because I love the formula. They're very, very creamy, very, very pigmented, and I actually don't have a ton of these colors in my regular MAC ones. This is Holly. I've got Lauren. Sally is like this really light peach kind of color. Valerie is just a touch lighter than that. I find Kelly is a very, very unique color. I don't know quite what to call it. It's not quite a brown, not quite a red, not quite a purple. So I've got 3 more. We have Jocelyn. This is like a coral kind of color. Tracy is, I would call like a purpley sort of mauve kind of tone, mauve, whatever you want to call it. And lastly, we have Marie, which is like a beautiful neutral. So those are the Shan XO ones, the XO Beauty ones. I've also got a handful of the Kylie ones, as I said. Now all of these I did get with lip kits, so they go with a specific liquid lipstick that I have. I actually don't even keep them in the same drawer with the rest of my lip liners. They sit with the lipstick that they go with, but I'll go through these really quickly because I think you can buy all of these individually as well. These kind of remind me of a similar formula to my MAC Pro Longwear ones. They're very creamy. So this one is in the shade Candy K. Super creamy, super pigmented, super easy to apply. This is Party Girl. And I really like the packaging of these. It's very simple and the lids really do snap into place, which keeps them nice and juicy. This is the shade Coconut. Very, very nice neutral. Got this red in the shade Boss. Gorgeous red. That is like a true red, I would say. This one is Coco K. Sprinkle is like a purpley kind of color. I do have similar MAC ones like this, but like I said, because these go with specific lipsticks, I kept them as sets. This is Rosy. And it is just like a rosy sort of pink. This is the shade Kylie. And last one is Bear. So those are my Kylie ones here. So the lip liners that I have remaining are all MAC. So they do have 2 formulas that I have. So they have the Pro Longwear ones, which you can tell because the ends are a little bit longer. And then also their regular lip pencils. But to be completely honest, I've looked for the Pro Longwear ones recently and they're not on their website anymore. So I'm wondering if they discontinued these, which is a shame because these are my favorite lip liner hands down. So we're going to go through the Pro Longwear ones, then through the regular ones, then I'm going to wrap this up. So this first one is a very, very pale nude. This is a Nothing Sexier. Love that sound. Hoping that's even really showing up. Very, very pale nude. This one is a Nice and Spicy. In Anticipation is a gorgeous pink. Trust in Red is like a true red. Right there. I've got Miss Diva. This one goes perfectly with my favorite MAC lipstick, which is in the shade, I think D for Danger is my favorite. It's like a dark burgundy red. More to Love is like a purpley kind of a pink. I've got Voltage, which goes perfectly with a ton of my coral MAC lipsticks that you guys would have seen. Staunchingly Stylish. This is my favorite, most loved, as I'm sure you can tell, lip pencil. It is like the perfect nude for everything. It goes with literally every nude lipstick. It's unbelievable. Dynamo is a nice, bright, reddish, pinkish kind of color. Good Timing is kind of like a purpley pink. New Ombre came out in the Mariah Carey collection. It's like a really nice, like, nude, peachy kind of color. Posy Perfect. Just a light pink. And lastly, I have Oh Honey, which is just another really nice nude. Right there. Sorry. So now I'm just left with my regular ones. So these ones you definitely can still get. Some of these were limited edition, but not a ton of them. I have 2 of the Patrick Star ones left. I have them in Edge to Edge, which is this pink. Trying to make sure I can put these somewhere where you guys can see. Right there, maybe. There we go, just right here. Even though this formula doesn't glide on quite the same, it is still really, really nice, still super pigmented, very comfortable. This one is in Mahogany. This one, the packaging is limited edition. This is Whirl. It came out in the Brook Candy collection, but I think you can get this in regular packaging as well. This is the shade Beat. Sometimes they look like they get like a little bit waxy on them, but they're totally fine. You just have to scrape the wax off and you get to the pencil underneath. They're probably expired, but I don't know. I don't really care that much. It is a pencil. It's not a big deal to me. They've never affected my lips any weird way. I've got Burgundy, which is, as you would expect, a burgundy. Pop it right here. Really pretty. Subculture is a really, really nice staple nude. If you're looking for a good nude, this one is great. Right there. This is another dark one. This is Night Moth. It's kind of like a purpley red. I've got Brick, which is another red. Talking Points is like a super beautiful, bright, bright pink. I've got Cherry. This one is my favorite red. Lasting Sensation is a bright kind of coral orange. Fruit Cocktail is just a little bit more toned down, not a ton though. This one I find more neon than this one. I've got Dervish, which is one of their very, very popular shades. Goes with a ton of different like pinks and neutrals. Soar is the one that is meant to match the lipstick of the same name. Boldly Bare is another very, very popular nude. And this last one is in Magenta, and it is a bright, bright magenta. Alrighty, so that is all of my like bullet or stick lipsticks that are not MAC lipsticks. I know I have a ton, especially when you consider all of the MAC ones I have, but it is one of my bigger parts of my collection, one of the things I enjoy collecting a lot more, because for me, like lipsticks and eyeshadows is like, they come in so many colors and so many formulas and so many finishes that like, you know, even though a lot of the ones I have are in the same color, like maybe one day I'm looking for more of a matte, maybe one day I'm looking for more of a luster. So I will, as always, try and list all of them down below and provide links to where you can get them. Like I said, a lot of these are limited edition, so if I can't, sorry about that. Keep an eye out. I have one more collection video to film. That is my liquid lipsticks and my lip glosses. That should be coming up soon. I just need to give my hand a day or so to get rid of some of the staining. So if you enjoy these kind of videos, then give them a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Keep an eye out on products that you want to see me use in upcoming Shop My Stash videos for when I am about to start filming those. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye!